From my end, I've gotten a notification already. Yeah, Substack
nice.
Twitch Live.
Nice. Instagram, Substack, YouTube. And it seems like the sound is good as well.
Yep.
Nice. Start recording.
Just giving a while. Okay. You want to start recording, right?
Yeah, now I am.
Okay, good.
I'm sorry, you were saying something?
No, I wanted you to give it little time so we'll see whether it will crash again or not.
Okay. I'm sorry, I just have to...
Okay, so.
But yeah, sorry about the delay.
No problem.
We've been having some tech issues. It looks like it's working. YouTube, Substack, Instagram. Should I just keep going with this one?
Sure.
All right. So yeah, today we're taking a look at another online paid community success story. So yeah, if you're interested in building your own lifestyle business, this might be a great option. If you want time, income, and location independence. Let's see. So yeah, this is the paid community we're looking at. It's called the Facebook Ads Blueprint. They're using the school platform. How much are they making per month? Well, they are at 609 members times $297 per month. But it's this is not accurate. At least very often it's not accurate because yeah, the thing is, oftentimes when people are growing paid communities, they are starting at a lower price and then gradually increasing it. So how much all of them are paying, it's very hard to say. But 609 times $297 per month, that's about $180,000 per month. About. But let's look at the options. Monthly $297, annual $149 per month. So like $1,789 if one decides to pay yearly. But yeah, if all of them are paying that price, it's super exciting stuff. $180,873 times 12 months. That's like $2,170,000, like over $2 million in revenue per year. But yeah, this guy, my guess is that he's making way over $100,000 in profit per month. Exciting stuff. So yeah, the Facebook Ads Blueprint. Let's look at the text on their sales page. 2026 School Games winner. Most e-commerce brands and advertisers cannot scale their meta ads profitably because they are wasting up to 50% of their budget on poorly optimized, out-of-date campaigns. Andromeda changed everything. The Facebook ads blueprint gives you the exact strategies me and my team use to generate over $30 million a month for brands we manage. The program is suitable for beginners, intermediate, and advanced brand owners and operators. 169 brands just starting. 147 brands, 10k plus monthly revenue. 63 brands, 100k plus monthly revenue. 36 brands, $1 million plus monthly revenue. What you get: private community with hundreds of brands and operators. Weekly Q&As with Sam Piliero's Facebook ads course, including campaign structures, creative strategies, tracking, the systems, dashboards, and ops we use internally to manage 100 plus 6, 7, and 8-figure brands. Transcripts in 50 plus languages. Cancel anytime. Payments are month by month. No lockups. That's interesting. And let's look at the video. Maybe you're not really interested in Facebook ads, but the video is a big deal. This is kind of like... Oftentimes this is kind of like a video sales letter or a sales video. So if someone is successful with a paid community, oftentimes this sales video is a massive part of that success. But yeah, let's look at it.
Over the past few years, I've released over 100 YouTube videos, nearly 500 short videos, and dozens of free downloads and guides. And I've built an agency that currently works with nearly 100 active brands, scaling them using Meta ads and Google ads from 6, 7, and even 8 figures. And while I have given so much value to the market, there is one thing that I get asked over and over and over by founders across all verticals and brands of all shapes and sizes. Brands that are scaling, probably you watching this video, are looking for full, comprehensive, piece-by-piece programs of every system, strategy, and structure so that they could implement my systems within their own business. In fact, this request has been so overwhelming that just in the last 7 days alone, we've received over 150 unique requests, whether it's DMs, comments, or emails, asking for a program of this sort. Now, I'll be honest, this is something I've been working on in the background for the past 6+ months in extreme detail. So let's take a look inside so you can understand exactly what you're getting into before you click that buy button. First off, the very first tab that you're going to have access to is the community page. You can ask me any question, anytime, and I'm going to answer it here personally. This is not some robot answering. This is not my team. This is me, myself, answering. And you can just see by the sheer volume of questions every single day, at the end of the day, I go into here and I answer every single one of these questions. You can see everything from simple stuff like question on catalog ads for prospecting, new structure. I dig into everything right here and I give very in-depth answers. Second, the actual program itself is within the classroom. Now, within the classroom, what you're going to see here are 4 main modules. The first module is the Facebook ads blueprint. We then have all of our live recordings. We have an entire email marketing program by Max, who is very generous enough to put this in our program. And then we have the option to do one-on-one audit and coaching. This is an add-on price. We only offer this to Blueprint members. Inside the Facebook ads blueprint, you're going to see...
By the way, I'm sorry to stop this video, guys, but here's something I just have to point out while I am remembering it. You see this guy? Email marketing by Max Sturtevant. He was generous enough to put that in there. Keep in mind, this might be integration marketing. So if you have some kind of community or a service or product that might be complementary to other people's community, that might be something you can put in there. And this, it might also be an extra way to make money from your paid community. I don't know how this guy has done it, but maybe he is an affiliate for that guy. So maybe he's sorry guys, I have to put this dog in another room Rocky. I'll be back. Sorry about that. That was so professional of me. But yeah, my point is, I had to stop this video because pointing this out. Maybe this guy paid to use his email marketing in here. His email marketing course, I mean. But he might also be an affiliate. So that this guy, he's placing it in here. It's actually lead generation. He's trying to get clients for his email marketing services or software or community. But he's doing it through a course. So maybe, I'm just speculating, maybe he's doing it that way. And he's contacting community owners, course owners and stuff. And saying like, hey, if you keep my course inside your community, you can also get an affiliate link. So if people like my course about email marketing and they click and they decide to buy my services, then you'll be getting paid a commission for that sale. That might be one way this whole thing is working. So yeah. Or maybe they're cross-promoting. Maybe he's teaching email marketing. And in his course or his community, he is promoting this guy's Facebook ads course. And vice versa. Just keep that in mind. This might be a brilliant way to promote your paid community. Maybe you can contact a bunch of other paid community owners or course owners. And in some cases, maybe also book publishers or authors. And maybe also more obvious things like podcasts and YouTube channels. But yeah, maybe you have a great course inside your paid community. And you can give that course away for other people's communities. Maybe you can just give it away for free. And if they really like it, they might search you up online. But maybe you can do it as an affiliate deal where it's a win-win. Or a bigger win-win. That way they will be probably be happy to include your link as well, because they might be earning extra money from it. And of course, if your course is good, their members might be getting out. The members might be getting a great value from it. So yeah, I just had to pause this video and point that out so I don't forget. Let's continue watching this video. By the way, this thing popped up. Sign up to tell Sam you watch this. Share IDs, skip meetings, join Loom for free. How does that whole thing work? But yeah, let's continue watching.
Inside the Facebook ads blueprint, you're going to see 4 core sections, along with a start here and a lead generation modifying section. In the start here section, this is where we go over everything. The core concept here, how to set up tracking, literally everything from our tracking templates that we use at the Moonlighters, all the way down to how to set your goals and break-even targets. This is very detailed, and every single one of these has Google Sheets and polls that you could steal for yourself. Next, we have account structure, our complete M4 system. Everything from how to set up your prospecting campaign all the way down to the very advanced operations. We then have an entire creative section that is fully built on Andromeda. This is recently updated just a few weeks ago based on what we're seeing work the best right now. Third, we have our deep dives. This is how to do some of the most advanced stuff dumbed down into individual videos. I shouldn't say dumbed down, really just packed into individual videos. Next, we have our predictable scale module, where I continue to add more things that I see are being successful in the market right now. Things like completely obliterating the learning phase down to frequency control, cost caps, and so on. And then, as I mentioned, we have breakdowns for lead gen as well. Each of these videos varies in length. They're meant to be as valuable and as slow as possible so that you can understand everything step by step. Now, if that wasn't enough, there's a few more things you should recognize. First, our calendar. Every single week, I do a live Q&A where I answer any question that anyone has, and we jam about it. Usually around 20 to 50 members join, depending on how hot the topic is of the week, and we just jam about any questions and answers. Next, I do random masterminds. As you can see, on March 11th, I'm doing an M4 mastermind. This is the release of the M4 method. So we are doing a full run through of everything. I'm going to just be sharing my screen, taking you through the behind the scenes operations that we've found to be most successful. Finally, you can also see a map of every single person that's joined. We have 400 members in this community right now, all across the world. Every single video is in 50 plus different languages, and you can watch it anytime, anywhere, as long as you're logged in to school. That is all. And I really genuinely say this is the best Facebook ads program on the market right now at a price tag that is ridiculously underpriced. My goal here is to foster a massive community. The price will probably never be as cheap as it is today, and I really want this to be the most successful brand incubator possible. I really hope to see you on the other side.
That's interesting. Sounds like solid stuff. What is his offer? That's a thing to keep in mind as you're watching these successful paid communities. How are they selling the membership? Looks like this guy is, yeah, kind of focusing on a bunch of the different, the different aspects inside. Because the thing is, a lot of paid communities, when they're selling the memberships, they're selling a specific result. So they might be selling like a challenge, a traffic challenge, or some kind of, yeah, specific thing. They might have like 20 different things inside their paid community, but in order to sell memberships to their paid community to new people, they're focusing on maybe only one or two aspects inside. But yeah, it looks like this guy's focusing on multiple things, but basically helping e-commerce brands and advertisers to scale their meta ads or Facebook ads. But yeah, let's look at the picture. Wins. Over 250 brands made their first sale from ads. So it looks like those are 250 brands that started kind of from scratch with ads with these guys. 218 brands scaled past $10,000 a month. Nice. 94 brands scaled past $100,000 a month. 53 brands scaled past $1 million a month. My question is, did they do this inside their paid community? Or like, did they do it while being a member? Or did they already reach these levels and joined their paid community in order to try to get to the next level? But yeah, nice. 53 brands that scale past $1 million a month. That's interesting. But yeah, keep in mind it's probably revenue they're talking about, not pure profits. And in e-commerce, in that niche, the profit margins are sometimes very low. But yeah, wins and the testimonials. Next picture. No lock-in, month to month, cancel anytime, no contracts or lockups. Discounted annual plans are available. No drip-fed content, get instant access to all of the training. You need to build, manage, and scale your accounts from day one. No waiting for content to be unlocked. Access our toolbox with exclusive member-only discounts, questions answered daily. Nice. That's kind of a big one. There's a lot of paid communities where the owners doesn't care that much. But looks like these are pretty active. What do I get? All members get access to the following: the Blueprint Video Training Library, weekly live coaching calls with Sam Piliero, unlimited one-to-one support, ask as many questions as you want, nice. All Blueprint updates, our grandfathered pricing guarantee. Pricing goes up monthly, but you will always remain on the same price you started on. Here is what I was talking about. Price goes up monthly. So it's at $297 per month now. What did they start at? $50 per month? It's hard to say. But yeah. By the way, that's a brilliant way to get started. Maybe you want to charge $297 per month, or $500 or $1,000 per month. But instead of planning out and strategizing and waiting, procrastinating, planning, preparing, all that for months and months, instead of doing that, just launch it. Get your sales page up and ready and just launch. Yeah, but it's empty, I have nothing inside. Yeah, just launch it that way. You can just say so. There's nothing inside this paid community yet, but we are launching. Join now for just $2 per month and just get started. Once you get that first sale, you are kind of on a roll, and it's easier to keep going than to get started. So yeah, that's actually brilliant. Why would someone pay for an empty community? What's the point? Well, the point for a lot of them is that later on there's going to be a bunch of stuff inside. Maybe a bunch of super successful people, or a bunch of courses, live calls, things like that. And if they can join for $2 per month, or $10, $20, $50 per month, and it's later going to go up, yeah, it can be valuable stuff. So that's a great way to avoid perfectionism from holding you back. And once you have members, you can also ask them, hey guys, what do you want the most to learn next? Or you can give them options. What do you want us to focus on from these options? And they can help you make the community itself. That's how a lot of people are making online courses. But yeah. Next picture, FAQs, frequently asked questions. And he's answering a bunch of them there. Next picture, him winning an award on stage with Alex Hermosi and Sam Ovens. Brilliant guys. But yeah, he has this little icon, little diamond icon next to his name, this guy. Top 1% earner on school. Sam Piliero. So yeah, nice, great job. Let's look at his profile. Does he have other communities? Well, looks like this is the only one. So looks like this guy is not is not using the free to paid strategy, where he has a free community that gets people to join, and inside the free one he's upselling them into the paid one. This guy is going straight to the sale for the paid one. His social media. Let's look at his YouTube channel. A lot of owners of paid communities are big YouTubers. So here, YouTube, Sam Piliero, 82,400 subscribers, 359 videos. The last video was 7 days ago. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So looks like he's pretty active. What about shorts? It's hard to see the dates on shorts. But yeah, in his bio on YouTube, I help e-commerce founders scale profitably through Facebook ads and Google ads. And Google ads, interesting. Has a bunch more text there, and then links. Apply to work with me. We click on that one, it leads to themoonlighters.com for e-commerce brands focused on scaling Meta and Google ads. Enter your info below and choose a time from the calendar to schedule your free e-com growth partnership discovery call. Email, name. But yeah. But yeah, here you ask for email, name. You know, that's a thing with paid communities. At least 1 or 2 years ago, a lot of them, when they were selling memberships, they were selling it through calls. Even low-ticket memberships, like $20 to $50 per month. The way they were selling it was on calls, so they got people to book a call, and on the call, they sold the memberships, even at low ticket. But it seems like more and more of them have switched to sell without the call. But I'm just guessing that these calls, he's trying to also sell memberships to his paid community. But I might be wrong. The next link is his paid community. Next link is his Instagram. So he links, DM me on Instagram, and that's the link to his Instagram. The other link, join my course and community. That was to his paid community. Interesting that he asked them to DM him on Instagram. Maybe he has some kind of automated messaging stuff set up. But yeah, that was his YouTube channel. On Instagram. Sam Piliero, 27,800 followers, 263 posts. Running, and in his bio, running ads for 1 million plus rev brands at the Moonlighters, helping brands run Facebook ads with the blueprint, all links and arrows down. All links, arrows down to what? Where is the links? That's strange. And by the way, let's go back to his YouTube channel. He had links in his bio, but let's also check.
If you're running Facebook,
Let's also check if he's having the links under the videos. Work with my agency. Join my school community. So here he has links in the description to the video. My 22-page written guide on how to set up and optimize your ads. We click on that one. Send me the guide. And here, he's collecting email addresses. Name and email address. Email marketing. So yeah. Finally, another YouTuber that is collecting emails. Growing your email newsletter, your email list. Super valuable stuff, but almost all YouTubers, or like most of them, are not doing it. But yeah. Free resources, add creative library. And he has another place, probably also a way to collect emails. All my free stuff. It's a case study. how it 10x'd a brand's sales in 40 days while increasing their ROAS by 23%. Connect on Instagram, join my team. So yeah, a bunch of ways to get people to either join his paid community, work with him, I guess as maybe a client, and then join his email newsletter. Let's check the pinned comment. Work with me and my team, and that leads to where he is booking a call page. And the other link, join my coaching program. That leads to his paid community. So yeah, he's promoting his paid community in the bio, video description, pinned comment. What about in his shorts? Short video.
Everybody has to set this up.
How does that work? I was wondering if maybe he had a comment on his short video with a link, but looks like it's not. What if we check an older one?
This is why you need to scale. This is why you need to scale your ads when you're above your target.
No, looks like he's not doing that. But yeah, let's go back to his Instagram page. Comment M3 below. So he has some kind of automated messaging stuff going on there, I think. But yeah, that was Instagram. And he has another link. themoonlighters.com. Schedule your free growth partnership call. Interesting stuff. And when people are scheduling a call, I guess they are also added to his email newsletter for extra follow-ups and stuff. Nice. But yeah, the big question: what is the biggest way he is getting members to his paid community? He being an expert on Facebook ads and Google ads, I guess he's also using Facebook ads to grow his paid community. Let me try to find let me try to find him on Facebook ad library. Sam Piliero. By the way, when it comes to trying to find someone's ads inside Facebook ad library or Meta ads library, it can be super hard. Because oftentimes they're running ads from a Facebook page that has a different name than their business or themselves. And if that's the case, it can be really hard to find it. Because sometimes you can search for the link to their sales page or to their website. And if they are running ads, you will find them. But sometimes, even if they are running ads to that page and you search for that link, you don't find it. So this whole research for Facebook ads is hard. And also another thing, sometimes people are running ads from multiple different ad accounts to one business, because Facebook is notorious for shutting down ad accounts left and right. But yeah, I see a bunch of ads. Here's one by Sam Piliero, but it is the school platform itself that is promoting him. But that's also a thing. these days, people can pay the school platform to promote for them. I think that's a function. So maybe he's doing that as well. But why? If he's an expert himself, why does he get the school platform to run the Facebook ads for him? That's a bit strange. Maybe it's because they added authority and stuff. Here we have an ad. Sam Piliero looks like from his own. But yeah, let's look at this school. This ad by school first. If we click on shop now, where do we land? Yeah, we land on his sales page for his paid community. See ad details. The school platform. Maybe he's using this. The school platform for the retargeting ads. And running the other ads himself. I'm not sure. Yeah, let's look at the ads that he's running himself. Oh, it's filters sort by impressions high to low. And the first ad I can see from what looks like his Facebook page is this one. So I guess this might be his most successful Facebook ad. Started running on July 13, 2026. So at the time of this recording, that's like 2.5 weeks. See ad details. Most meta ad accounts aren't broken. They're just built on outdated structure. The Facebook ads blueprint shows you the exact systems we use to scale over 100 e-com brands from 6 to 7 and 8 figures. From account architecture to creative testing, bidding and measurement. No hype, no theory, the exact playbooks we use at the Moonlighters every day. Join the hundreds of brand owners in the Facebook ads blueprint for full courses, weekly Q&As with Sam, and so much more. And the school. School.com/Facebook. Let's try the link. And the link leads to his paid community. And there's also a button, learn more, and also leads to his paid community. But yeah. So that's his Facebook ad. And there's pictures. 50 plus modules. 10 plus hours of video content. Looks like some testimonial stuff. Some screenshots. Full access to creative systems. Live Q&As. But yeah. Looks like that is his one of his most successful paid ads, I guess. But it's very hard to say. But yeah, interesting stuff. It says active, so it's been running for like 2-3 weeks, so at least that's a little bit of a good sign, but yeah. It's hard to say how successful this ad is. But yeah, he being an expert on Facebook ads, I guess a lot of his members are coming from the Facebook ads he's running. He mentioned the Google ads as well, so he's probably also using Google ads. But hard to say. But yeah, interesting that they are also running the Facebook ad agency. So they kind of started this in addition to the Facebook ad or the Facebook and Google ad agency that they were already running. So they have a lot of expertise on Facebook ads. And then they were like, hey, let's start a paid community in addition to it. What are they making most money on now? I don't know, but it sounds pretty brilliant to me, because running an agency depends on how you do it, but it can be a lot of work. It's very hard to reach passive income or semi-passive income through an agency. There are people doing it using VAs and stuff, but it can be really tricky. Whereas a paid community, on the other hand, it's very possible. I'm not talking about passive income, like fully passive income, but what I call like semi-passive income, where it can be done in like something between 2 to 15 hours of work per week to manage it once it's built out. A lot of people are doing that. But also, his strategy inside this paid community, they're probably upselling a bunch of members as well. That members that don't want to do it themselves or cannot do it themselves, and then they're probably upselling them to the done for you services in their agency. So this is a paid community, but it's probably also a lead generation machine for their agency as well. Nice. That might be something to keep in mind. Maybe you don't have an agency, so why does it matter? Well, there's a lot of other people that has an agency, and maybe they don't even want to have a paid community. But maybe you could partner with someone. Maybe there are agencies that are selling AI solutions to accounting firms, and maybe they want more leads. So maybe you could do some kind of deal where you contacted 1 or 5 of them, agencies that are selling AI solutions to accounting firms, and you ask them, hey, do you want to teach inside my paid community about how to go about this? Teach people how to use AI for their accounting firm. If you do so, if you decide to teach inside my paid community, you're also allowed to sell the members. I don't want any too aggressive upselling, but you are free to sell people, if it makes sense. That way you might get a lot of people to teach inside your paid community for free. They might have decades of experience. Not decades on AI though, but other things. So they are teaching, and they are getting leads for free, or maybe an affiliate deal, and you are getting expertise in your paid community. So it's like a win-win. So that's one way you can do it, where you can kind of do partnerships or deals like that. And you don't have to split the memberships. You might take all the profit from the paid community because you are helping them get leads to their agency. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. If you want to sell maybe a high ticket paid community or semi high ticket, like around $300 per month, and maybe putting multiple experts inside the same paid community, maybe that would be a good idea, because then they would kind of be fighting to one up each other to give the best answers to questions. If people post a question inside and you have a bunch of agencies that wants to be providing value because they might end up getting a client from this, and then the other one sees it and they want to hey, I have an even better reply. So but they would be direct competitors, so it might be a bad idea, but in some cases it might be a good idea. That's just something to keep in mind. Again, like the legendary J. Abraham has been teaching for years, your biggest problem is the solution to someone else's even bigger problem. So maybe your problem is that you don't have expertise in the type of stuff that you would like to sell a paid community in. There are other people with expertise that don't have a place where they can teach people for free in order to get leads. So maybe you could do a deal. Anyway, that's something to keep in mind. So not having expertise does not mean that you cannot build a paid community. A cool story. A few months ago, I interviewed a guy from Germany about his paid community success story. And the story was basically this. He was about to become an uncle, or he had just become an uncle. And he was thinking like, hey, this kid is going to be growing up in this world with AI and all these opportunities and stuff. Oh, whoa. Hey, I should get into this stuff. I'm an uncle, or about to be an uncle. I should be into this AI stuff as well. And he was like, hey, I don't know much about AI. Hey, my friend knows about AI. And he was like picking up his phone, like calling his friend and like, hey, I have an idea of starting a paid community about AI, but I don't know almost anything about AI. But you do know a bunch about AI. Should we partner on this thing to start this paid community together? And his friend was like, yeah, he was in on it. And boom, he started. He didn't postpone things and plan it out. And I guess he had a rough plan, but he didn't waste weeks and months. I think it was the day after, the very day after that phone call, he started a paid community. And they promoted it on Facebook or social media and stuff, and they got a few members. They started at a lower price, and then later on they gradually increased the price to, I think it was around $70 to $120 per month, something like that. But yeah, they launched it that way at a very low monthly price, and they got a few members, like 20 or 30 members from like friends and followers on social media and stuff. But I don't think either him or his friend had a large social media following. But he started a paid community about AI without almost knowing anything about AI. And how did they get members in that case? Well, again, back to the old J. Abraham advice. Your biggest problem is the solution to someone else's even bigger problem. At least that's very often the case. This German guy, he knew another guy that had an email newsletter. He had like thousands of people. I forgot how much. I think it was 20, 30, 40,000 people, something like that, on his email newsletter that he was mailing regularly, but he was doing a poor job at monetizing it. So he wasn't making that much money from the email newsletter. He should be, but he wasn't. But this guy contacted him and, hey, do you want to promote a workshop for our paid community? Basically a workshop about AI to these people. And you will be earning an affiliate commission. I think they settled on 22% recurring affiliate commissions for all the members that were generated through his email newsletter and that workshop. They promoted a workshop 2 times per week for a few months. And that one affiliate deal with that one email list owner was basically how they were growing the whole thing. To like, at the point when I interviewed that guy a few months ago, they were earning about, I think it was in euros. What was it? Around 18. I think it was around 18,000 euros in profit each per month. Him and his partner. And the email list owner, he was earning something like, was it around $10,000 to $15,000 in profit, or in $10,000-15,000 from them in payments per month. So a win-win. Sometimes one affiliate deal can be all it takes to skyrocket you out of obscurity Super exciting stuff. And another really cool thing about that guy was... Do I have the book here? Have you ever heard about this book? The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. A lot of people claim it's a scam. It's not possible. Well, for that German guy, it was possible. He was working, was it 4 hours or less than 4 hours per week? And around those days when I was interviewing him, his mom was sick. She was spending a lot of time with his mom and I think helping her with hospital visits and that kind of stuff. She wasn't working much those days, but yeah, around 4 hours per week. And making around something like 18,000 euros in profit per month. Pretty fascinating. And he was running a paid community about AI, but he didn't almost know anything about AI. But he got his friend to partner with him. It's like a 50-50. But I don't think he had a big audience. How do he sell it? Well, he knew another guy. So one affiliate. And boom. Take off. So yeah. You don't have to have expertise or a large audience to be successful. You see a lot of these paid community success stories. They are big on YouTube or Instagram. A lot of them. But not all. A grandmother I interviewed for Terrific 30. She started at pretty much zero. And she mainly used YouTube, going live daily. And she used TikTok, posting on TikTok. And once she started, she barely even knew what TikTok was. Like, TikTok, isn't that some kind of thing that my grandchildren are dancing on or something like that? That was kind of her level of understanding when it came to social media. But she started. And with those main two things, videos on TikTok and lives on YouTube, in 90 days, she grew it to the point where she was making about $14,000 in revenue per month. So probably about $10,000-12,000 in profit per month in 3 months as a grandmother. But that was when she started. When I interviewed her, that was about 2 years or so, I think, after she started. 2-3 years after she started. So when I interviewed her, she had gone on to continue and, yeah, make millions of dollars in profit. I'm pretty sure it was millions of dollars in profit. She was kind of vague in answering how much money she was making, but like, yeah. As I understood it, I think it was millions of dollars in profit as a grandmother. And when she started, her audience was almost at zero. That was what she told me, so yeah. If a grandmother can do it, maybe you and I can too. So yeah. By the way, if you want to learn more about those kind of success stories and see a bunch of the interviews I've done of paid community owners, you should check us out at terrific30.com. We even have a free option. You can join our free community at terrific30.com. But yeah, for this specific success story, paid community success story, I think we have covered like the main parts. Alright, let me try to do a short little recap of this whole thing. Let me see. Yeah, let's try to do a short version of this thing. Alright, so here for this online paid community success story, it's called the Facebook Ads Blueprint. They're using the school platform. They have 609 members at $297 per month, but I'm pretty sure they have started at a lower monthly price and gradually increased the price. until the current $297 per month. He has an icon, diamond icon, top 1% earner on school. My very rough guess is that he's making somewhere around $100,000 to $120,000 in profit per month. So yeah, this is, as the name of the community says, the Facebook ads blueprint. They are teaching e-commerce brands and advertisers how to scale on Facebook. Interesting stuff. And he has a YouTube channel. Let's check him out. He has a YouTube channel, Sam Piliero, 82,400 subscribers, 359 videos, and he's promoting his paid community in the link in his bio, and he's also promoting his agency and Instagram DM, but in his underneath his videos,
If you're running Facebook,
underneath his videos on Facebook, he's also promoting his paid community, and also with multiple links, multiple different lead magnets, he's also promoting his email newsletter. Brilliant stuff. And in pinned comment, he's also promoting his agency and paid community. That was his YouTube. He has an Instagram, Sam Piliero, 27,800 followers, 263 posts. I could not find the link to his paid community on there, but he is doing some kind of automated messages stuff on a bunch of his videos, I guess. So I guess that's how he generates leads with Instagram. He has a link to his website, themoonlighters.com. Looks like the main thing promoted on his website is schedule a call. And on this call, I guess he's trying to sell agency services for running Facebook and Google ads. But I guess he's also selling memberships to his paid community. So maybe his agency work is thousands of dollars per month. And if people say no, I guess he's trying to downsell them to join the paid community. That's just my guess. So yeah, and he's also running Facebook ads. It's a bit hard to find his ads, but yeah. He's also using Facebook ads to grow. My guess is that the vast majority of his members is coming from Facebook ads. That's my guess. Especially since this guy is an expert at Facebook and Google ads. Maybe he's also using Google ads to grow his paid community. And yeah, if I didn't say that, the name of the owner of this paid community, Sam Piliero. But yeah, he has a bunch of brands that are doing 10k a month, 100k a month, and $1 million a month in revenue in there as members. So yeah, pretty exciting stuff. And since he's doing this in addition to his agency, I don't think this paid community is like a full-time job. It looks like it's an extra stream of income, and also probably generating leads to his agency as well through his paid community. So yeah, maybe that's something to keep in mind when you're starting your paid community. Maybe you don't even want to run an agency. Maybe an agency doesn't make sense. But maybe an agency makes great sense, but you don't want to do it. Then maybe you could be an affiliate and bring clients to other agencies, maybe. But yeah. And maybe you could also get agency owners and stuff. Teach for free inside your paid community. But yeah, I think that's I think that's it. I think we have covered like the main parts of this paid community success story. If you want to learn more from real life success stories when it comes to lifestyle businesses like paid communities and email newsletters, you should check us out at terrific30.com. You can join our free community at terrific30.com. All right. All right.